Hi guys, welcome back to the session. In the today's session, we will learn how to handle date pickers or calendars in Automation Anywhere A2019. So let's get started. So in many applications, we need to pick up a date to perform a particular action. For example, this is a ClearTrip website where we need to pick a date to search flights. So if you click on this option to pick a date, here we get the calendar of the current month and the calendar of the next month. Now let's say that if I want to pick a date of 11 February 2021. So how we can do that? So for that we need to click on this next arrow and we will continue to click on this next arrow until and unless we get the required year, that is 2021, and the required month, that is February. So let's see what approach we should follow to automate this date picker in Automation Anywhere A2019. So let's discuss the approach now for automation. So let's say that we have this calendar date, that is 23 June 2020, with 23 as calendar date, June as calendar month, and 2020 as calendar year. Next we have is the user input date, that is user wish to pick this date from the calendar, that is 11 February 2021, where 11 is the input date, February is the input month, and 2021 is the input year. So if we wish to move from this calendar date to user input date inside the date picker or the calendar, what we need to do? We need to click on this forward arrow button. And how many times we need to click on this arrow button? So we need to click on this button based on some conditions in a loop. So we are going to use while loop condition inside our automation task, and in the condition we are going to provide the condition as calendar year is not equal to input year, or calendar month not equal to input month. Now we will click on this forward arrow button until and unless any of the while loop condition satisfies. And if any of the while loop condition does not satisfy, then we will proceed and we will click on the required date. So let's quickly create a project in Automation Anywhere to automate this calendar. So here we are in the control room of Automation Anywhere A2019. Let's quickly create a new bot. So for that we will move to bots, my bots, and let's create a new bot from here. Click on create new bot and let's give the name as calendar demo, and let's click on create and edit. And here we are in the edit taskbar page. So first of all, I'm going to create three variables which are going to hold the values of user input date, user input month, and user input year. So move to variables, click on this plus, and let's give the name as input year, and this will be a variable of type number, and let's give a default value over here. Let's give the default value as 2021 and let's click on create. Similarly, let's create another variable. Let's give the name as input month. This will be a variable of type string, and let's provide a default value February, and let's click on create. In a similar way, I'm going to create the third variable. Let's give the name input date, and this will be a variable again of type string, and let's give a default value as 11. Now this 11 is a number, but I am taking the type as string, so I will show you later why I am taking the type as string. As of now, let's click on create. So we have created the three variables, that is input year, input month, and input date. Now let's move to actions, and first of all let's provide the action to launch this website. Let's copy this website URL from here and let's provide the launch action over here. So this is the launch website action. Let's drag and drop it over here. Move to list view and let's provide the URL over here. And let's select the browser from this drop down. So I'm going to work on this Chrome browser and let's click on apply. Now once this website has been launched, after that we are going to click on this pick a date. So to click on this pick a date, we need to add the capture action. So let's search for the capture action from here. So under the recorder package we have this capture action. Let's drag and drop it over here, and from the window detail let's select the option as window, And from this drop down, let's select this. Let's select this window which denotes this ClearTrip website. Let's select this one and then click on this capture object. And here we need to select this element, that is pick a date. So mouse over on this pick a date, and as soon as you get this red rectangular box around this element, click over here and it will be captured by Automation Anywhere. So you see this recording capture finalization, that is, it is getting recorded by Automation Anywhere. So that has been captured, you see. These all are the object properties, so we don't need to change anything over here. What we will do, we'll move to action, and from this drop down, let's select this click action. Why click? Because we want to click over here. We want to click on this element. So we selected this click action. Let's click on apply. Now, as soon as you click on this element, you will get the current calendar. So from this current month calendar, we want to capture this year and the month. So we will go one by one. First, we will capture this year, then we will capture this month. So again, we need to work on this capture. Let's drag and drop it over here. And under the object detail, let's select this window. Select this drop down and this flight booking, that is the ClearTrip website. Let's select this and click on capture. So from here we want to select this element, that is the year. So mouse over here until and unless you get this rectangular box over this element. So you see this 2020 has been captured under this red rectangular box. So let's click over here and that will be captured now by Automation Anywhere. So it has been captured, and what we need to do, we need to get this text, that is 2020. So to get this text, how we can do that? So we'll move again to action, and from this action we will select get property, and the property name which holds this text, that is this 2020 text, the property which holds this text is the inner text. So we have taken the property name as inner text and we are going to assign that to a output variable. So let's create a variable from here. Let's provide the name of the variable as calendar year, since this will be a value which is present inside the calendar. So I have taken the variable name as calendar year, and you see type is present as string, which need to be converted into number, but we cannot do so from here since this is disabled. So we are going to take care of this in the next action. So let's click on create and select. So we have captured the value of this calendar year inside the variable, that is cal year. Let's click on apply, and since the variable was a string, we need to convert that into number. So let's select the string package from here, and from this string package we are going to select the action as toNumber, which converts a string into number. So let's drag and drop it over here and let's enter the string, press F2, and from the drop down let's select this cal year, which is a string variable. Let's click on yes, insert, and this variable we want to convert it into a number variable. So let's click on create variable and let's give the name of the variable as calendar underscore year, and let's click on create and select. So far we captured the value of the year. In a similar way we are going to capture the value of the month, and the thing to notice over here is that we only focus on this first calendar, we don't focus on this next calendar. So we will totally focus on this first calendar to go to our destination date. So let's capture this month. So for that I'm going to select another capture action. So let's select the capture action again from the recorder. Let's drag and drop it over here, and from object detail let's select the window. From the drop down let's select this ClearTrip and let's click on capture object. So I've not clicked on apply, so click on apply from here and let's click on capture object. So now we need to capture this month. So mouse over here until and unless you get the rectangular box. So we have this captured under the red box. So let's click over here and that will be recorded by Automation Anywhere. And you see it has been recorded. We will move to actions. From the actions, again we will select the property. We will select the option as get property and we will select the property as inner text. Why we have selected the property name as inner text? Because we want to capture the value of the property inner text, and this inner text property holds the value of this month June. So we have selected this one. We have provided the property name as inner text. We'll assign this to variable. Let's click on create variable and let's keep the name of the variable as calendar underscore month, and this is a variable of type string. We don't need to convert it into number or any other variable. String is good. Let's click on create and select. Let's click on apply. So we have captured both the text, that is the year and the month. Now we are going to add the while loop to know how many times we need to click on this forward arrow button to go to the desired input date. So let's move back over here and let's search for the loop action. So we have this loop action over here. Let's drag and drop it over here. And from this loop type, I'm going to select this while, and here we need to provide the condition. So if you select this drop down, here we have multiple of options present. So we are going to go with the condition as number condition first. We are going to provide the condition to match the year first, which is a number. So I'm going to provide the source value over here as press F2, and from the drop down let's select this input year, that is the year which user provided. Input year, let's click on yes, insert, and operator I'm going to select not equal to, and the target value press F2. From the drop down let's select this calendar year, which is the year from the calendar, which got captured from the calendar. Let's click on yes, insert. So we are saying that input year is not equal to calendar year. We will provide one more condition to check the month. So I'm going to click on add condition and I'm going to select the option as and or. So from these two options I'm going to select or. So why I'm selecting or I will show you. Let's move ahead, and from the drop down let's select the condition now as string. So from here let's select this string condition, and here I'm going to provide the months. So press F2 and from the variables let's select from this drop down input month, that is the month which user provided. We created these variables in the very beginning of the task. Let's click on yes, insert, not equal to, and the target I'm taking as press F2, and from the drop down let's select this calendar month and let's click on yes, insert. So what condition we have provided over here, let me show you. So first of all I provided a condition, a number condition as input year not equal to calendar year. So this input year we have created in the very beginning of the task. Input year, input month and input date we have created. Input year holds the value 2021. So this input year not equal to calendar year. So what will be the calendar year? Calendar year will be the value which will be present in this calendar. So as of now it is 2020. So we have provided the number condition as input year not equal to calendar year, and another condition as string condition, that is input month not equal to calendar month. So if any of these two conditions satisfies, I want to click on this forward arrow button. So since I want to take any of these conditions to satisfy, that's why I have taken the option as or. If I wanted to both of these conditions to satisfy, to click on the arrow, then I would have taken the option as and. So let's go with this or option. The condition we have provided, all done. Now we will click on this apply. And now under the loop, I'm going to take another action I'm going to take as the capture again. From the recorder, let's select this capture. Let's drag and drop it over here and make sure that this capture is inside the loop. If we move to flow view, if you see over here, you see this capture which we added just now is inside this loop action. So make sure that the capture you have added inside the loop. Let's move to list view again. And object detail, let's select as window. From the drop down, let's select this one, clear trip, and let's click on capture again. And from this calendar, I'm going to capture this forward arrow button, that is the next button. So you see this has been captured under the red rectangular box. So let's click over here and this is getting recorded. So all done, that this has been captured, and what action we want to perform? We simply want to click on the arrow. So let's click on click and click on apply. So what we did, this next button will be clicked. This next button will be clicked inside a loop, and in the loop we provided a condition as this. So this next button will be clicked when this input year will not be equal to calendar year, or the input month will not be equal to the calendar month. So if any of these two conditions meet, this arrow button, this next button will be clicked. Now when we click on this next button, we get a different calendar over here. So this calendar gets changed every time. So the month also gets changed, and it could be possible that year also gets changed. So we need to capture them inside the while loop as well. So we have already captured them over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and paste them inside the loop. So first of all, let's move with this action where we captured this calendar year and stored it inside the string variable, and later on we converted that string into the variable number, that is the calendar year. So I'm going to copy these two actions from here. Let's copy these actions from here and let's paste it over here. So we have this paste items, so that has been pasted. In a similar way, I'm going to take this month capture as well. So in this capture, we have captured the month and stored it inside the calendar month variable. So I'm going to copy this one as well, and I'm going to store it inside the while loop as well. So all done. Under this while loop, we are going to click on this next button, and when we will click on this arrow, every time we will get a new calendar over here, and the year and the month will be captured every time inside the while loop. So that now we have added all the actions which are required inside the while loop. Now when the condition is over, when the loop condition does not satisfy, then we will come out of the loop. So when we will come out of the loop, when the input year, let me show you, when the input year will be equal to calendar year and the input month will be equal to the calendar month. So we have provided the input year as 2021 and the input month as February. So here you see the input year will be equal to calendar year and input month will be equal to the calendar month. So in such case the while loop will break. We will move out of the while loop, and then we need to select a date. Let's say that we want to select this 11. So how to do that? So we will add one more capture action, and that will be outside the while loop. So let's drag and drop this capture action over here, and this capture action is outside the while loop. Let me show you the flow view. Here you see inside the loop we have all these actions, and the action which we just added is outside the while loop. So let's move to list view again, and from here let's move with the window option. Let's select from the drop down as the clear trip website. Let's click on capture object, and from here let's select any date. So in the input we have provided 11, but as of now let's select this date, that is any other date, so that to show you that any date will work. So let's click on this too, and that is getting recorded. So this has been captured, the date has been captured, but we want to make our project in such a way that it can pick any year, any month and any date. So we have done all our tasks for the year and the month. It can pick any month and year. Now for the date, let me show you what we need to do. We'll have to move to the object properties, and these all are the properties which are selected for capturing. So HTML tag is A, that's fine. Now this is the DOM XPath which we don't want to take. Why we don't want to take? Because this DOM XPath is specific to this two which we have captured. This second date which we have captured, the DOM XPath is specific to this only. But we want to capture any date from this February 2021. Now to do so, what we will do, we will uncheck this box. We don't want this DOM XPath or this path. So we will uncheck them, and we will uncheck these as well. It is not required. Now the area of interest which we have is the HTML inner text. So this HTML inner text contains this two which we have captured. So what we observe, this HTML inner text contains the date in the form of text. So that's why in the very beginning of the project I created three variables, and here I have created the input date in the form of a string. So here you see we have created a input date variable which was of type string, and we have provided the value as 11. So that's why we have taken the type as string. Let's click on cancel. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this hard-coded value 2, and I'm going to press F2, and from the drop down I'm going to select this input date string which we have created. So let's click on insert, and all good. If you click on this object properties, you see we don't have the XPath over here. The XPath is not required. It will point to a specific date, but we do not want to point to a specific date. We want that to be dynamic, so we have provided the variable input date. Now whatever value of the input date you will provide over here, that will be selected. So now what we want to do, we want to click on this 11. So the action I'm going to take from here is click, and let's click on apply, and let's save the task. So now our bot is completely ready. What we have done, let me show you. First of all, we launched this ClearTrip website, then we captured this pick a date element. After that, we captured the year. We captured this calendar year and stored it inside a string variable. Then we converted that string variable into number variable, that is the calendar year. In a similar way, we captured the calendar month as well and stored it inside the calendar month variable. Now we have the calendar month and the calendar date, and we already created this variables, that is input year, input month and the input date. So we are good to add a while condition over here. We added the condition as, first of all we added number condition as input year not equal to calendar year, or input month not equal to calendar month. So if any of these conditions meet, so that's why we have added this or. If any of these conditions meet, we want to click on the next button, that is the forward arrow button. We want to click on this next arrow button. So this arrow button will be clicked until and unless any of these conditions satisfies. Any of these conditions satisfies, this arrow button will be clicked. And when we will click on the arrow button, every time we will get a new calendar. So that's why we captured the year, we captured the calendar year, and then we captured the calendar month again inside the while loop. And when we will move out of the while loop, that is the input year will be equal to the calendar year and input month will be equal to the calendar month. At that time, at that condition, we are going to select the date and click on the date. So for the date, we have added the input date as a variable under the HTML inner text property. So I'm going to quickly run this one to see how it works. I'm going to close this website, or Automation Anywhere is going to launch that by itself. So let's click on run and let's see how it works. So my bot is running now. It has launched the ClearTrip website, and then it's going to click on the element pick a date. So it has clicked on the element pick a date, and then now it's going to click on the next arrow button until and unless it meets the requirement. So you see now it is July 2020. Then it clicked again, and now we have this August 2020. And then it clicked again, then we have September 2020. It will click until and unless it gets the input date, that is we have provided 11 February 2021. So it will click until and unless it will get the calendar for February 2021. So now it is in January 2021, and here comes the February 2021. Now it's going to click on this 11 date. So here you see the 11th February 2021 has been clicked and our bot is successful. Let's move to the Automation Anywhere. Let's close this one. So in this way we can work with the date pickers or calendars in Automation Anywhere A2019. The logic on which the date pickers are created may vary from one date picker to another, but the approach to select a date from the date picker or a calendar is going to be the same always. So you can practice it of your own and let me know if you face any queries. And that's all for this session, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like and share with your friends and hit the bell button to get the updates on the latest videos. And I will see you soon in the next one. Bye bye.